What I gotta do to stop it crashing? Do when I'm using two monitors? No. Yeah, that's where we're gonna start there. I've basically got another monitor. Got it set up. I've actually got my memory as well. Finally, I've got a 16 gig of memory instead of 4 gig, so it's running a hell of a lot better now, a lot smoother. I've got another monitor. I obtained another monitor, should I say. I got one given by my brother, thanks to him. Yeah, so I've got this set up now, and I'll come on to what's happened in the game shortly. I've got the game on this monitor that's underneath the camera, and then this one here to the left of us, I've got the desktop. Problem being, every time I click on the desktop, it comes out of the game, which I've been trying to watch like some of your guys, well, not your guys, but the FM community guys' stuff on YouTube at the same time while I'm playing the games that's off camera. And as a result, it ends up like freezing this game out. I click back in, it's just like a plain black screen, and for some reason the task manager is underneath this screen as well, and I can't select anything, I can't do anything. I end up having to turn the computer off by the mains, well, by the front button on the tower, and as a result I lose my progress. So at the minute I'm actually saving after every single game, because and basically my question before I get into that is there any way I can do it where I can click on the desktop screen without losing the game? Ideally, without it being in window mode, because it seems to be a bit tricky to get it to record in window mode, unless someone can tell us how to go on in OBS to set it up for recording in window mode. Another positive is this new monitor being obtained. I've managed to figure it out so far with my current recording, get it to be 1080, so that's a positive. Right, enough chat about that crap, but we're going to go into the game now, and I'm going to go into the schedule, and you're going to probably see a lot of red. Right, so when you joined us last time, we beat Derby 3-2, and we drew 2-2 with Watford. Now, since then, I've played Stoke twice. Yeah, you heard that right, because it crashed. And Watford twice. Now, you might be thinking, hey, yeah, I bet you've cheated on the Watford game. No, I didn't. Basically, I'm annoyed about this because Stoke City, we beat them 4-1, and I've replayed the game, and obviously we've lost. So I'm a bit disappointed about that, because we would have been 3 points better off in the league. Could prove costly. We are easily in this first season in the Premier League, so it could prove costly. We had a game against Watford, which again I've played twice. We actually won that game 3-2. We went 3-1 up, and they got a late consolation in the 90th minute. So the Stoke game, some guy called Emil Forsberg and Niall Ennis, who were absolutely nonsensical, if that's even a word, probably not. They did nothing basically in the other game that I'd done before. But obviously that's when the first happening of the monitor happened, and I had to restart the computer, and yeah, lost my progress. Watford won 3-1. Roy Brewer getting 2 goals, and Dua coming into his own again. Saido Berahino getting the goal back in the last 10 minutes or so. Then I've played Chelsea twice. The first time I lost 2-0. So there is that. In fact, actually no, I tell a lie. Chelsea we lost 4-0. Arsenal we lost 2-0. But I had to play those games. Man United was interesting because we were halfway through the game. It was half time. And I kid you not, we were 4-0 down. Well, that's probably not a surprise. 4-0 down at half time. And they just started the second half. I think they just scored a fifth. And that's when it crashed, because I was clicking on the other screen over there. So since then we replayed it. Got a goal early on, but it proved inconsequential, because we ended up losing anyway. So nothing really has changed, apart from I've lost points. I actually lost points against Stoke. So, but today, bit of a long start, but today we've got Reading in the FA Cup 4th round, and Liverpool in the Premier League. Now you might be thinking, has there been any transfers? And I've tried my hardest to get this guy in, but I just don't have enough budget. And I'm going to show you an issue I've got. You might be thinking, well, why don't you just, go to your boardroom and ask for more transfer budget? Tried that. Go to make board request, finance, that's all I get. junior coaching budget. There was another one that said, "Oh, increase something to do with transfers." It ended up being the percentage of money we get back. Bear in mind, you look at our finances. You can probably see it below. If I go to finances, we are now 33.5 million in the black. So surely you could just give us an extra 5 million or something like that. I'm not asking for 30 million. I'm asking for like 5. That's all I would need to bring that guy in. You might have seen how much the transfer fee was, 7 million, but it's over 48 months. I think he was that good. He's that ball-winning midfielder I think that we're really lacking, and I mean truly lacking. I mean, he's 23. He's got a little bit of promise about him, and he looks very, very good. You know, I can do the bid, and I can probably just about get the player in on the transfer fee budget thing. But then they're wanting the agent and him. They're wanting like £1 million each, and that's where it's shooting me in the foot. I can't sign because I don't have enough money. And you might be thinking, well, why don't you sell some players? Been trying that as well, but to no avail. We've got Martin Smith on the transfer list. He is actually wanted, but he's actually injured, 4 to 5 week. But they were only offering nothing for him because I tried to get him sold for a little bit of money. But yeah, other outs. I'll go into this. There has been one or two. Geraldo, my man, spent 4 years with us. Didn't play many games. Was 4.5 years. He didn't feature this season, but I'm very sad to see him go. If I'm honest with you, he was very effective in our Vanarama national campaign. As you can see there, 17 goals from the left wing. But yeah, since then he's just. Well, apart from like the League One season where he was very effective, I don't know. I just don't think he's got the class to compete in the Premier League. So he's gone, and Josh Murray, he's gone out on loan. No one wanted to sign him permanently. He was wanting to go out and get some football. I think he's accepting that he's not going to be good enough, and I think that's truly the case. So with that in mind. Even though he's only on loan, his time might be coming to an end after 7 long years here. We inherited him in this season here where he got 7.69. He's been very consistent, but this season, yes, he's only played 4 games, but it was very poor, if I'm honest with you. No more ins though, apart from, like I said, Emmanuel and Verlinden. Verlinden's had a pretty bright start actually, despite us losing the bulk of the games. Apart from him getting an injury for 12 days, he's actually got an assist to his name. I think it was the game against I want to say Watford in the FA Cup where it really came to fruition. But yeah, right. Enough chit chat. Sorry to bore you with all the things. I wanted to get the questions out there early on in the video. Today's FA Cup 4-for-1 clash is brought to you live from the Medeski Stadium. It's Reading FC versus Eastleigh FC. Right, Reading going to this game on the back of some really good form. They've had 3 wins recently in the Premier League, followed by the most recent draw against Chelsea. Credible draw. They find themselves currently in 8th position, and they are going to start with Trapp in goal, with Holgate at right back, Gall at left back, with Cooper and Humphreys in the central defence. Roberts on the right, Williams on the left, with Kuhl and Munier in the centre of the park, with Zackloff and Wilson up top. East are going to the game on some sketchy form, some credible performances, but not the results that they wanted recently against Arsenal and Man United. They're going to start with Thompson in goal, with Emmanuel at right back and Aidan White at left back. Kane and McKay partner each other in central defence. Powell on the right, Russell on the left, Stacey and Hesenthaler make up the rest of the midfield, with Nabi and Adua up front. A couple of injuries to tell you about. Villinden's obviously out. And the shop has got a bit of a fitness concern, so that is why Hesenthaler starts today. I'm just going to say, nobody expects us to win. That seems to be the current thing at the minute. We're just saying we've got no pressure. In fact, you know what? We are Reading. They beat us last time. Let's see if we can upset the apple cart somewhat. I forgot to look at the table, but we are 6 points clear of relegation. I know this is the FA Cup, of course, but just to fill you in, basically. In fact, I'll get the table up on here. As you can see, it's a bigger screen. And we are actually going to go for 3D now. I've got better memory. That was always going to be a plan of mine. It's just I didn't know. Oh, look at that! Traps just saved the day. I don't know. That's some great commentary there. Oh, look at that! Because I'm focusing on this over here on the right hand side. You can probably see me. Where the hell is league table?
It's the FA Cup, you schmuck.
Am I blind? No, just thick. Russell has it. It's offside. Never mind. We'll have to do without it then. So up there, McKay has it. Clears it along. Should have done all this before, but tell me if I'm blind, because Wilson just powered it home and upset us straight away, which is very nice of him. I just don't understand. I don't understand where the league table is. Answers on a postcard. Anyone? Yeah, Wilson just found himself clean through on goal. I'm not even sure. I'll be honest with you. I don't even know where it is. I'm trying to get used to, because the camera used to be there, and now it's here. So Thompson with the goal kick finds White down the left. He's played it in field to Stacey. Now Russell finds a Dewey. He's got away from his man temporarily and plays a decent ball to Naby. Naby, look at that, powers it home. I would say powers it, like places it home. Great finish on his left peg. He's right-footed. So, and Naby's still showing that he can be a bit of a force, even though, you know, he started at Vanarama National League. He's scoring goals, it seems, still. I say for fun, because he's only scored like 3 or something, but he's in the Premier. It is a Premier League side, so I'm going to class it as in the Premier League, and he's got about 3 or 4 goals now, and he does a job, to be honest with you. He comes up with some big goals. But yes, we are rolling with 3D. I've wanted to do it for a while, but because I remember doing it with Geisley as Wilson's in behind, one of them with the keeper. Thompson might as well be made of papier-mâché, because he might as well be not even there as well. About as much use as a chocolate fireguard at this moment in time anyway. But yeah, I wanted to do 3D for a while because I think it's better. It makes the experience better. I'm hoping it's not going to make the file size too big, but this is the first foray into it. If the file size is ridiculous, then I'll maybe go back to the 2D version of the game. Right, Roberts finds Munier. It's Holgate, Humphreys. Cool. Finds Clough. Chips it over for Wilson again. He was like a man possessed. And there you go. Thompson just goes, "It's coming right for me. Let's just go over here somewhere. Just shoot, pal. Go on." I don't know if you saw that there. I'll probably have to zoom in on that. But that's just ridiculous. Look at this. Ball gets played over. Yeah, don't get me wrong. It's a great ball, but I'll just. There you go. Oh, leave the biggest gap going. Yeah, nice one. Get in. And this is kind of a common theme. You know, we're still able to score the odd goal here and there. And I had a look at recently, and we were, I think 2 games ago. It might have actually been before the Chelsea game, and at that point we were like the 11th top scorers out of 20, which I didn't think was too bad for a team that's facing relegation, but we were 18th for conceding goals. I'm pretty sure it's probably 20th now, it seems, after conceding so many goals. Right, potential chance for Eastleigh as Emmanuel throws it to Naby. Naby knocks it back to Emmanuel, can cross in towards Powell. Powell across the position, pass it, finds a doer. Look at the power on that! I got the power! That's what a doer's got there. Look at this! Floated in, Powell controls it on his chest beautifully, squares it, and then even in slow motion it was like a rocket. Clough looking to catch Eastleigh, you know, off guard in the last couple of minutes before half time. Not entirely sure what. I want to say that was Stacey, but what's he doing there? Manuel with a great strong challenge / tackle. We haven't been that bad really. Only defensive we've been poor. So I'm going to say you've been unlucky, because we have, because we've created some chances. There's only been Danny Kane really. It's played poor. On the whole, I mean, 6.6 you could consider is poor, but he had a bit of a crucial part in the goal. Russell's been quiet as well. Hopefully, we're going to get a bit of a response there, and you know, maybe have like a game that finishes like 8-7 or something. That'd be exciting, wouldn't it? 15-goal swing. And then Teller with a free kick smashes it into the wall. Just trying to finish off my tee there. He rudely interrupted me. As Wilson comes forward, obvious passes on. He's got sweaty goals if he wants, but no, he goes himself and puts it wide. Much to our relief. Right, Clough, it's in behind. He has hit the back of McKay, and then the ball is spread wide to Williams, which is a great ball, to be fair. Williams crosses in. What is going on there? Should never be a goal, and I'm glad it wasn't, because that was disgusting. That would never happen in real life. Right, it's time to make some changes. What I mean by real life is the ball came across here, and it like clearly going to hit the post and go out of play. Keeper would not dive and parry it away. If anything, he'd boot it clear. But anyway, back to the game. We're going to make some changes. Players that have been playing fairly poor. Hesenthal is one of them. I forgot to put the shop on the bench, because I'm an idiot. So Hesenthal's going to come off for Liam Walsh. Adekanye West is going to come on for a reasonably quiet Russell. He's improved a little bit in the second half, and I think that's all I'm going to do for now. So the changes are made now. Leave it 10 minutes or so, and we'll think about bringing on one of the strikers. So yeah, nothing's happened. Brewer is going to come on for Adel Nabi. Adu is having too good a game, really, to be fair to him. And I'm just going to say I've got faith in you. I mean, if we get knocked out by Reading, it's not a disgrace. I mean, obviously there's better teams to lose to, but they are a Premier League side after all. It's not as though they're in the Championship or League One or something and we're getting beat. And it's been relatively quiet in the second half. Went in 3-2 and there's not really been much happen, and this is going to be it. I thought that was a very attacking throw there. Why did he blow up, ref? Mark Clattenburg, you schmuck. Oh man, if you've watched this far, you know, Pepe. Sorry to put it bluntly, but what a dick. You'll know what I mean. Alright. It's just reminded me because Mark Clattenburg was the referee. So, I'm still going to say you're unlucky because, you know, we gave it its best effort and trying to keep morale up. We did have a team meeting previous to this game as well, so... next up is the game against Liverpool, and it's in 3 days' time. Hope you can join us for that next. Despite my comments, just to interrupt, like before the game, despite my comments of calling John Thompson like made of papier-mâché and been as much use as a chocolate fireguard, apparently he was in fine form today, wasn't he? Okay. Today's Barclays Premier League clash is brought to you live from Anfield. It's Liverpool FC against Eastleigh FC. Liverpool go into this game on the back of a 3-1 win at home against Tottenham Hotspur. Recently their form has picked up and sees them around mid-table. Butland's going to start and goal for them with Rogerio at right back and Augustinsson at left back. Lucas and Emre Can in the middle of defence. Yuri Tielemans and Henderson. You know, it's like two different complete scales. Like you've got Tielemans and you've got Henderson, in my opinion. I don't rate him at all, me personally. All Liverpool fans will hate us for saying that, but yeah, they've got Markovic on the right, Grealish on the left, with Firmino in the attacking midfield role, and Bangonda up top on his own. Eastleigh come into this game on the back of a 3-2 defeat in the FA Cup to Reading. Into this game with Thompson at right back, Long at right back, Toffolo at left back, with Kane and McKay the centre back pairing. Powell and Adekanye West are on the wings with Walsh partnering. Sean Jessu's back from his loan spell at Sunderland, got some much needed game time there, and he's going to come into the ball winning midfielder role, hopefully a little bit better than how he performed at the end of last season with his awesome passing skills. Adua partners Brewer up top once again, for me looking front line for today's game. Right, so I've just told them, you know, sure that they actually are, you know, worthy, they can actually play football, because we haven't won in the league for ages, you know, apart from that chuffing Stoke result that chuffing never was. But yeah, had a few fitness issues. I'm still unawares as to why I can't get the table. The latest scores, oh there it is, league table, it wasn't there before. Tell me I'm not wrong, that was not there before. Markovic has it though, in a crossing position. Finds Augustinsson. I will drag down the league table shortly. Tielemans sprays a lovely ball to Marcos. Rogerio crosses in. Firmino loses out to McKay in the air. Comes out to Henderson. Please don't score after what I've just said. Marcos at Rogerio finds Grealish. Squares it Firmino. Oh, it's put it wide. I'm actually surprised by that. I felt certain that was going to go. Right, at least now you'll be able to see the table. I'm not going to bother with the goal difference, and that's just the points. Okay, you can see the full table looking at this. Bit of letters. There we go. Leicester bottom of the league. What difference 8 years makes. So yeah, mid-table as you can see, but 6 points clear as it stands ahead of Tottenham. As it stands, it could change. We've had 3 yellow cards already. Welcome back to the fold, Sean Jessery, the first man. No. Oh yeah, yes he was. Yes. Welcome back to the fold. Get his customary yellow card. He's trying to take over from the chef. I think it was him that used to get sent off all the time. I want to say it was the shop that got sent off all the time, but I could be wrong. I'm showing a little bit of faith for Sean Jeffs, and he's repaying me at the moment. He's got a 7 out of 10, nearly at the end of the half, but you can guarantee that unless this is our chance, I'm going to say they're going to score. But we are overloading here, and look at that ball from Walsh. Brilliant. Adekanye West plays it for a do. It comes out to Walsh. Hit it, son. Or not. Jeffs Is he going to get sent off before half-time? No, he's not. Kane coolly collects the ball. Walsh finds Jeffs to Brewer. Brewer cuts inside and the do is there to make it 1-0. Come on, beat the Scousers. Apparently he was offside and I look like an absolute dick. But anyway, half-time. And it's funny, you know, because Walsh didn't play in the first game, so I didn't really mention him. But, well, he might have come on as a sub, but Walsh, I just saw on Twitter. Oh yeah, don't forget to follow us on Twitter. But yeah, Walsh apparently got voted the under-18s or something goal of the season. Didn't even have a clue who he was. I know he is at Everton in real life. But yeah, and that's the Liam Walsh that I've got here. I thought, oh, that's nice to see. Did like the post, but yeah, I felt a little bit, even though I don't know the guy, I felt a bit proud. I thought, oh, Liam Walsh, my player, getting in the limelight. So yeah, that was a good first half. We were lucky not to be winning. Well, I thought that anyway. I could have sworn that it was onside, but that's just me. I'm just saying, I'm guessing. I didn't look at it properly. I'm going to say I'm happy with the performance because we're drawing. I get away from home against Liverpool, who, yeah, obviously they've got the history and that, and they're not the team that they are in real life. Well, even worse than the team in real life, should I say? Start second half. I should have a look exactly where they are. Yeah, the 10th. So the mid-table. There are 3 points ahead of us as it stands. Well, it would be anyway. I mean, if we win, we'll go level on points with them. They'll drop down to 29 points. But that's what I mean. One win, and it's another step towards that 40-point mark. Because as it's, you know, the sooner we get to it, and I can't help but think I should be on 30 points and Stoke be on 38. You know, but Stoke was 7th at the time, and as me saying, it's a piece of piss this league. First game of the season when we beat them 3-0, and how wrong I've been since. But here's Jess, finds Powell, one of the many booked players. Walsh finds Brewer, lovely, but oh, a doer! Oh, what a goal, man! Big over the top celebration because I thought he'd gone wide. It hit the post and it went in off the post. Fucking great finish. Is this the change of fortunes? Coming to Anfield, if we can steal a win here, this is going to be crazy paving. And then they've got Roberto Mancini as manager at the moment, and he's under a lot of pressure. So who knows? I mean, he did have 2 wins before this game, but before that he'd like lost the last 4 or something. That's probably why he's under pressure. Pressure crashing down on me. As Al-Shahari plays it to Markovic. I'll give up. I don't know why I'm singing, but I thought, oh, it kind of went to the, you know, the syllables count. So, but here's Markovic to make it. Oh no! Oh, devastation! I thought, oh, just about to praise Thompson. And Roberto Firmino ruins our day. Stop doing your chuffing Robbie Keane celebration after you wheel away and thing. Yeah, Markovic there, great knee. And then Firmino just like, I was going to say dinked it, but he didn't really dink it, did he? He just like powered it and it went above him. So it's time to make some changes, and I'm feeling that Sean Jess is going to have to come off because I just think he's a red card waiting to happen. Shop's going to come on now and do a 2-footed lunge straight away into someone's face and get sent off. You can, you know, put your house on that. Adekanye West is going to come off for Russell. Verlinden's injured, of course. I can't replace Powell, but he didn't really get booked that often. I would have liked to have taken him up because of his fitness issues, but never mind. And that's all we'll do for now, 10 minutes or so, and probably bring on Stacey or Adel Nabi depending on the circumstance. But just having a solid game there, I thought. 7.1 I think he ended up with. Just as I took him off, it showed 7.1. I know it said 7 when I was actually making the change. And speaking of changes, nothing has happened. Adel Nabi is going to come on for a doer because his fitness is not great. So come on Adel Nabi, come off the man, come off the hour, come off the legend that is Adel Nabi. He's now 29 years of age. I want to say he's nearly 30. Yeah, still 29. Seen it all. He's played against Boreham Wood and people like that, and now he's playing against Liverpool at Anfield. The Shop heads away, and Tielemans tries to find. Oh, you know, end of the game. I didn't even realise what time it was. But that's a credible result. Is that even the right way to say it? Credible result, and it was. It was a big result that, and that could be the change of our fortunes. You never know. I'm going to tell them I'm pleased because it's away from home as well. Liverpool obviously renowned for being a decent side. We're 6 points clear now. I was actually incorrect. It was 5 points we were before, but now we're 6 points clear. Goal difference is worse than Tottenham, so effectively it's only 5 anyway. But yeah, a little bit of positivity before the next couple of games. I mean, as you can see there, five games without a win in the Premier League. 6 games without a win. We lost 5 games straight in the Premier League. No, 4 games straight, sorry, what I'm on about the FA Cup there. Next run of games is fairly kind to us. We've got Aston Villa who are 17th, we've got West Ham who are mid-table with us, 11th, Charlton who are 14th, and Reading of course who are 8th. But the next games we are probably going to do are probably going to be the Charlton game, try and get some revenge on them, and Reading again, because it's so close together. To be fair, the only tough, what I would consider tough games we've got left is probably Man City, and I want to say Everton, maybe Southampton because they bummed us. Yeah, everyone else is not doing that well, or they're like mid-table. So I think we've got our hardest part of the season out of the way. So I'm very hopeful that we're going to be able to get the 5 wins or so that we need to make sure that we get to that 40-point mark. So we're on 27 points. So 3 wins, 4 wins will take us to 39. I'd rather have that extra one. So 5 wins out of the next. How many games we got left? Looks like about 13 games. I think that's doable. I think it's doable. We'll have to wait and see. But hopefully I've enjoyed this video. If you have, why not press that like button? If you'd like to see more, feel free to subscribe. And as always, you know, leave a comment below. So let us know what you think I'm doing wrong. And of course, at the beginning of the video, the questions. If you know anything, any way I can do it, and if I do have to do it in window mode, if you can like tell us the settings on OBS. If you use OBS, that would be greatly appreciated. You can only just see my thumbs, so yeah, I'll just move back a little bit. See, that's a good thing. I can see myself now because I've got 2 monitors, so I can adjust, which is fairly good in my opinion. But yeah, until next time, I'll see you then. Bye bye.